Every time you turn on a light, you are using his invention. Every time you charge your phone, you are using his system. Every time an X-ray is taken, his discoveries make it possible. The entire electrical infrastructure of the modern world runs on the work of one man. Nikola Tesla died alone in a hotel room in January 1943. He had no money, no family present, no one with him. His only companions in his final years were the pigeons he fed from his window. He wrote letters to his dead mother, apologizing for not changing the world the way he had promised her he would. He had already changed the world completely. The world just forgot to tell him. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 in what is now Croatia. He arrived in New York City in 1884 at the age of 28. He had almost no money. He had a letter of recommendation for Thomas Edison, and he carried in his head something more valuable than anything Edison had ever built. The complete design for an alternating current electrical system that would make Edison's entire direct current network obsolete. Edison hired him. Tesla worked for him for nearly a year, improving Edison's DC generators dramatically. Edison was so impressed that he promised Tesla $50,000 if he could solve a specific engineering problem that had been frustrating the company for months. Tesla solved it. He went to Edison and asked for the $50,000. Edison looked at him and said,
"Tesla, you don't understand our American humor."
There was no money. There had never been any money. It was a joke. Tesla had worked for months, solving one of the most complex engineering problems in the company, and his reward was to be told he did not understand humor. Tesla quit the same day. After leaving Edison, Tesla could not find investors for his alternating current system. He spent months digging ditches in the streets of New York for $2 a day. The man who held the blueprint for the modern electrical world in his head worked alongside labourers who had no idea that the quiet foreigner next to them was going to change everything they knew. Eventually, an investor named George Westinghouse recognized what Tesla had. He licensed Tesla's AC patents, and they went to war against Edison. Edison knew his DC system was inferior. He knew the physics. He knew he was losing. So he did something remarkable. He launched a public campaign to make people afraid of Tesla's technology. Edison's team collected stray dogs and cats from neighborhoods and held public demonstrations where they electrocuted them using Tesla's alternating current. They wanted the public to associate AC power with death and horror. Then Edison pushed for the development of the electric chair, specifically designed to use AC power, so that every time someone was executed, the newspapers would report they had been killed by the same electricity Tesla wanted in every home in America. Tesla's response was to stand before a crowd and pass alternating current through his own body to demonstrate its safety. Westinghouse and Tesla won the bid to light the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. When President Grover Cleveland pushed a button, 100,000 lights came on simultaneously, powered by AC. The war of currents was effectively over. Then Westinghouse hit financial trouble. Tesla had a royalty contract with Westinghouse that would have paid him for every unit of AC power ever generated. At modern scale, that contract would have been worth billions. It was the single most valuable contract in the history of electrical engineering. Tesla tore it up. He walked into Westinghouse's office. He said that Westinghouse had believed in him when nobody else would. He tore up the document and walked away from everything he was owed. That single act of generosity saved the Westinghouse Company and cost Tesla everything. His laboratory burned down, destroying years of work. His dream of wireless electricity for the entire world was funded and then abandoned when his investor realized free electricity meant no one would pay for it. Tesla spent the rest of his life moving from hotel to hotel in New York City as his money ran out. By his final years, he was living in a single room at the New Yorker Hotel. He fed pigeons from his window. He walked alone at night. He talked to almost no one. He had invented the AC motor, the Tesla coil, the foundations of radio, remote control, X-ray technology, robotics concepts, radar concepts, the bladeless turbine, and he died alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel on January 7th, 1943. The maid found him. He had no estate, no money, no family present. Outside his window, the city blazed with electrical light, every bulb powered by his system, every motor running on his patents. Thomas Edison died in 1931, celebrated, wealthy, honored as one of the greatest inventors in American history. Flags were dimmed across the country on the night of his funeral. Nikola Tesla died 12 years later, alone in a hotel room with pigeons as his only friends. Today, his name is on electric cars, on a unit of measurement scientists use around the world, on a statue at Niagara Falls, where his system first proved that electricity could travel distances E.D. Ashson said were impossible. He gave the world light. The world left him in the dark. And the man who fought him and lost. The man who electrocuted animals to make people afraid of Tesla's name. The man who told Tesla he did not understand American humor after Tesla solved his hardest problem. That man is still more famous. Think about why.